Alrighty, Battle City action, and in this one we have got Mako Tsunami going up against Weevil Underwood, which could be a very interesting match. Both decks are pretty even, so we should see a good contest. I'm going to flip open some comments as well. As I just open it up, I think I haven't. Yeah, okay, I'll go from there. Alright, so what have we got here to start off with? Maiden of the Aqua, 2000 defense. Yumi Rika is also there. Not as cool as Lumeria the Forgotten City. Will we get to see Lumeria the Forgotten City in this duel? I hope we do. Alright. Weevil's first turn. Mako has Maiden of the Aqua. The deck leader for the Aqua deck in Yugioh Duelist of the Roses. There's Insect Armor with Laser Cannon. And, oh, Cocoon of Ultra Evolution. Okay, Weevil will be able to summon an insect from his deck, ignoring the summoning conditions. And perfectly ultimate Great Moth. Oh my word. Okay, Weevil is not playing around here. 3,500 straight off the bat. And Maiden of the Aqua is gone. My word, Weevil is not playing around here. He is straight into attack mode with that 3,500. Now, Nightmare Penguin, that can send it back to Weevil's hand. So Weevil may not have the perfectly ultimate Great Moth on the field for long. Okay, there's Arsenal Bug. And again, that's at 2,000 as well. Now, Mako does get the choice with Nightmare Penguin, so... there it is. Perfectly ultimate Great Moth back to Weevil's hand. Arsenal Bug goes down to 1,000 points because there's no other insect on the field. And Weevil ends his turn, so Mako now can have some counterplay. He's got Yumi Rika there. He's just drawn Umi. So throws down Yumi Rika though, and instead of Great White, he goes for Cura Mermaid. Cura Mermaid can get him back some life points each turn as well. So I'm going to see an attack here and 1,000 points off Weevil. Alright. Kotomi758 says Orichalcos crew vs Duelist Kingdom would be fun to see. It would, because some of the Orichalcos players, their decks weren't overly powerful. So they could work for Duelist Kingdom as well. We'll try that at some point as well. Z1000 says, I'm cringing with how many zero attack monsters are in Chazzy Boy's deck. Good luck ever getting to use Armed Dragon's effect. Yes, Armed Dragon is extremely powerful, but it is a difficult one to sort of get the right timing for, if that makes sense in the match, as Cura Mermaid is tearing apart Weevil's life points. Mako has also drawn Amphibian Beast as well. Lafayette Gorillo 4289 says, good job. That's for the Mai and Bakura match. And Amamiya Casual, haven't seen your name for a while. That's one of my OGs, one of my first ever commenters on the Yu-Gi-Oh series, Amamiya Casual. Just wrote comment. I think that was meant to be comment for the algorithm. But, how are you? I haven't seen your name for a while, but I always get the feeling that somebody's watching me, and that is Amamiya Casual. Anyone like that song from, is it, what's the name of it? Is it Rockford? You all know the song though. It's in like popular meme culture. Oh, if somebody's watching me. Rockwell, not Rockford. Rockwell. Christian. Or is that Christina Allen? Christina Allen, I think that's her. 7503 says, Chaz it up. Oh yeah, I do remember that from the GX series, as I've just looked up again at the Duel as I was reading those comments. Weevil is getting absolutely torn to shreds right now. Mako has ended up with 10,100 life points, 2,100 more than what he started with. And Weevil threw down the leg hole, so he obviously had nothing left and decided to just take a shot at Mako's life points. 2,900 on Amphibian Beast, and Weevil has just been absolutely obliterated. After summoning a perfectly ultimate Great Moth, Mako's like, "Huh, you got a moth? Yeah, well, I got an ocean. Your moth can't swim, Mr. Haircut and your stupid glasses and your little bow tie." It's always fun making fun of Weevil. I wonder if he picks up Wi-Fi with his ears as well, and sticking out like that. Why am I so mean to Weevil? He's not even that bad. He's comedic. Alright, Kitagawa Senpai. So the unique thing about Falsebound Kingdom, there are 3 main protagonist stories. They intertwined each of them. You get to fight an Egyptian god at the end, and there's ways to cheese out some fights. I'm not so sure about it being not well received. I enjoyed it. The hard parts are finding the roaming monsters like Moisture Creature. Yeah, Moisture Creature was one of those roaming monsters in Duelist of the Roses too. I've never heard of that game. Falsebound Kingdom. I just googled it, and it was the only one released on the GameCube, if that's correct. I've never heard of that game, but I didn't have a GameCube growing up, or even as a teenager. I bought a GameCube from a retro game store maybe a couple of years ago, so I could play Super Smash Bros. Melee. But I will definitely keep an eye out for that game. We have a few retro game stores here. If I ever see Falsebound Kingdom, I might hit them up and I might go get it. I get the feeling it might be a bit of a hard one to find though. Could always try eBay as well, I guess. Puma's DS. God bless the no intros thing. Yeah, for all those who have watched the channel for a while, you would notice that, like, I introduce a video, but I do it as the video itself is getting into the main content. I don't do big scripted 3-minute intros. Whenever I am watching YouTube myself, if I see a big long scripted intro, I will probably click off the video. It absolutely drives me mad. Videos don't need long intros. They need a 5 to 10 second good morning intro and just get straight into it. That's how content is supposed to be. As Flying Kamakiri #1 comes to the field, Weevil does have that ultimate insect, and Mako though has Torrential Tribute. He did summon Warrior of Atlantis, and look at Weevil's hand. It's not good. He's got nothing on the field, and Mako's going to get a free shot here. We could see a quick one. How do I say that? I think Chrysalhan, is that how you say that? Chrysalhan, I think that says. Chrysalhan 9699. Just came across your channel and I have to say it's definitely been a fun time watching. New subscriber. Appreciate you, Chrysalhan 9699. Glad you are enjoying Yu-Gi-Oh content. Okay, Mako has that wave card. He can special summon from his hand. He has to have no monsters on the field though to do it, but he's played down Cura Mermaid. There's Forest from Weevil. Clutch draw. Flying Kamakiri #2 will get the 1700. Emperor Pikachu 2-1. Emperor Pikachu 2013. I think this would be a closer matchup than people would suspect in the anime. Great video. That was for Bandit Keith and Bakora's Duelist Kingdom match. Bandit Keith and Bakora, we never got to see them face off. Did they even... they sort of were in the same room as each other in the anime, but they never really had anything to do with each other. That's why I like this, that's why I like doing this sort of content. We get to see all these matches that we never got to see in the anime. Okay, now this is for the Gravekeepers and Weevil in their first match. Chrysalhan 9699, Skull Lair, I believe you were talking about, and Gravekeepers are one of my favorites. Yes, that's when I was trying to remember what the card was. Mako open here. I've just looked up again. Cura Mermaid is off the field. Weevil's played Insect Barrier. Now, the thing I don't like about Cocoon of Evolution, it forces you into attack mode. That does not make any sense at all. That is the stupidest thing about that Cocoon of Evolution. Because if you could put it to defense mode, because you have to wait for a turn in attack mode. It's got no attack points. It's going to get wiped off the field every turn. And it's hard enough to summon the perfectly ultimate Great Moth to begin with. Although, Mako though, he doesn't have... he's picked up Mermaid Knight, and it's lucky for Mako, so he will be able to get rid of Petite Moth at least. Oh, and Power of Kaishin as well. Stealthbot8447 says, "Lol, HDMI." Yes, mate. I use an Elgato game capture, and so I do HDMI from the TV that goes out of the Elgato, which goes into the TV, and into the Elgato goes another HDMI from the Switch dock itself, and with the Elgato, you plug it in with a USB-A, you plug that into the side of the laptop, and that's how you get power from it as well as having to plug it into a power board. But the Elgato, it's a technical little thing, but it's also funny little things. They seem to have a mind of their own sometimes. If you have an Elgato and for some reason you're not getting signal through it, just unplug the HDMIs and then just plug them straight back in, and it just seems to fix itself. Mind you, very good device. I have recorded, I reckon it'd be well in the thousands, maybe even the 2000s, the amount of videos I've recorded with it. I've got an Elgato HD 60S. I don't remember the actual code of it. Elgato HD 60S, I think it's called. But yeah, they're good little machines. Chaos Marauder. Wait, hold up. Does Chaz really not have a deck icon in this game? Am I only just realizing this now? Edit, never mind. I must have just been seeing things. Maybe at the start when I was going through Chaz's deck, I don't think I'd selected a duelist icon. I'd selected it after. That might be why. And says, usually I don't like to multi-comment, but what would your opinion be if a Yu-Gi-Oh game came out that went through the story like this, but the rules were as close as they could be to match rules of the game at that point in the anime? Okay, so like, so first episode through the end of Duelist Kingdom, there is no tribute rule, no direct attacks, etc. In Battle City, there's a fusion monsters can't attack on their first turn, summon rule. I wouldn't mind that at all. In terms of a Yu-Gi-Oh game being like Duelist Kingdom, the closest thing we have is, I guess, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories from perspective. But yeah, I did actually try early on in the channel to do Duelist Kingdom rules matches, and it didn't work. And the reason why it didn't work was mainly because characters would get all the monsters off their opponent's side of the field, and then they could just camp there and just not get directly attacked. The concept of it to me is really, really fun, and I would really like to see it, but it'd be a tough one to implement to a game, because like if you can't do a direct attack, you can just sit there and camp until you finally get something good in your hand. But I get what you mean behind it. It would be very fun to be able to do duels with Duelist Kingdom rules. Alright, big wave. Is it big wave, small wave? Yes. Warrior of Atlantis. So you can use that to get Legendary Ocean. You can summon Legendary Fisherman without a tribute. I would really like a Duelist Kingdom themed Yu-Gi-Oh game though. Like I said, I did try it on this, but because when I tried it on this, because I can't take off like a no tribute thing, like for Dark Magician, Summon Skull, etc. Eventually, like when players stock up those 5-star monsters in their hand and they just can't play them, the turns just sit there for like ages without a character being able to do a direct attack. That's why it didn't work on this game. But an actual game where the tribute rule was taken off, like Forbidden Memories, where you could just lay any monster down on the field, that would be so cool. Would love to be able to do Duelist Kingdom rules matches like that. because it would change the perspective of who's strong and who isn't. Like when we watch it from this game and like the official rules, you know, like Yugioh's deck isn't really that good, or like for example with Mako, with some of those 5-star fish monsters that he has, because they're 5 stars, in the real game they're barely useful because you have to tribute to get them on the field, like some of those 1600 strength monsters that are still 5 stars. Whereas like if he was able to just play Dark Magician from his hand, that would immensely increase the power of his deck. So it would be fun if we could have that. And the last comment which I've seen that is new is another new name as well, Donkey's Rumps. Speaking of Falsebound Kingdom, I would love to see you do a playthrough of that. You know what, I might have to try and see if I can find that game. As far as I looked on Google, it was the only one released on the GameCube. So, alright, now Weevil... Alright, Weevil has Ultimate Insect, level 5. He has Flying Kamakiri, number 1. Mako has Tornado Ball. That's going to stop him from being able to lose life points. Legendary Fisherman can't be targeted for attacks because of a Legendary Ocean being on the field. However, Legendary Fisherman doesn't stop direct attacks, as it's up on the thing there. Unaffected by spell cards and cannot be targeted for attacks, but does not prevent your opponent from attacking directly. Tornado Ball, though, protects Mako's life points because Umi's on the field, so Mako has put himself up a shield here. Now, the Ultimate Insect level 7 is actually reducing Legendary Fisherman's attack power, but Weevil, despite being in a fantastic position, can't actually do anything. He's just played Ultimate Insect level 1, maybe wanting to level that up, although Mako could attack that on the next turn. Thing is, even if Legendary Fisherman's in attack mode, maybe Weevil's trying to bait it into attack mode. It won't do anything, though. Interesting. Unless Weevil's trying to work a strategy or something with the cards he's got in his hand, we can't see his perspective, so could have been a misclick as well. Human players. Mako does have a Monster Reborn in hand. He's also got Salvage and Fortress Whale's Oath. But Mako would have to get that insect off the field because that's reducing all of his monsters' attack by 700. Well, looking up after this one as well, we've also got another Chaz match coming up. It'll be Chaz against Weevil because Chaz played Mako, the Gravekeepers played Weevil. I didn't want them both playing the same opponent on first day, so they'll swap around. They will play, the Gravekeepers will play Mako, and Chazzy Boy will play Weevil, as Contact with the Aqua Mirror is played from Mako. I'll tell you what, Weevil has pulled up the ultimate attack. Well, ultimate attack. He's pulled up a good attack, but Mako has pulled up the ultimate defense. So we are seeing just stalemates here. There's Insect Barrier. Strategically, Weevil could use that if Parasite was on the field. There's Yumi Rika, but that would be dreadful if Mako played that, because Yumi Rika doesn't count as an Umi effect. Well, we're mainly just sitting here and waiting for the moment. Both players unable to get through each other. Mako needs something to get that insect off the field. It's going to require a lot of power, though. He does have a few effects in his deck, though, that could do it. Weevil the same as well. He does have the potential of getting... Is he able to get Legendary Ocean off the field? Skullbug Lady Mark is flipped up. That'll give Weevil back 1,000 life points. Oh, it'll give him life points when it's off the field. Oh, Multiplication of Ants. So that'll get that bug off the field, which will give Weevil life points. He's just put down 2 Army Ant tokens, 1,200 defense each. So Weevil at 7850, Mako at 8000. There's Aqua Mirror Cycle. So Mako's got some decent cards in his hand, but he can't really do anything with them. And Weevil cannot get through Tornado Wall. So we're basically just sitting here until one of them can finally get through the other one. We've got a bit of a stalemate going on here. Oh, I actually missed that. I must have been reading a comment. Mako's got Torrential Tribute on the field. I didn't notice that. Well, if that's the case, why hasn't Mako played that? Maybe he's just baiting. Maybe he's just waiting for the opportune moment. And look at that. Just as quickly as I've seen it, and just as quickly as I said it, I may have just jinxed Weevil. Mako must have been waiting for Weevil to load his field, because Bladefly is now gone, and Bladefly is actually a pretty useful card as well. It means that Weevil also can't summon anything in main phase 2 if he's summoned in main phase 1. Weevil has lost his whole field. Oh, there's Starboy as well. That is a clutch pull from Mako. So if he summons down Starboy, he's also got Monster Reborn. Now, Weevil's 2600 insect, ultimate insect level 7 can be brought back here as well. No, Mako's gone for Legendary Fisherman. Well, you look at that and you think probably, 2600's not that much of a difference from 2350, but in true Mako fashion, Mako would never pick Ultimate Insect level 7 over his Legendary Fisherman. Mako would never overlook Legendary Fisherman. He wants that card on the field. That card reminds him of his father. That is 100% a Mako personality move right there that's been played. Mako would always go back for his Legendary Fisherman, and he did. There is the Armored Bee, and it is equipped with Insect Armor with Laser Cannon and Laser Cannon Armor. So it can destroy Starboy. It won't be able to destroy Legendary Fisherman because they can't be targeted for attacks while Umi is on the field. However, Weevil has just lowered Starboy's attack and would have done a lot of life point damage. However, Tornado Wall with Umi and Legendary Fisherman, it's a great combo. Now, Legendary Fisherman now, though, isn't strong enough to get rid of Armored Bee. Now, Mako could play Yumi Rika. He could play a D-Spell. Now, what's Mako going for here? Okay, he's played Torpedo Fish. He's got D-Spell. He could get rid of that 700 point buffer equip card and play Yumi Rika. That would get rid of Armored Bee. There's Verdant Sanctuary. That's a good card as well. You can get insect monster that's destroyed by battle. You can get a insect monster from the deck and add it to your hand. Alright, Mako's just lost that Torpedo Fish. Oh, there's Nightmare Penguin as well. That must have been what Mako was waiting for. He was waiting to get 2 monsters into the graveyard so he could use Salvage. Okay, so he gets Starboy back. He's just played Starboy. Let's just have a look at Legendary Ocean. There goes D-Spell. Okay, so Armored Bee now is down to 1900. I was just about to say, maybe Mako wanted to keep Legendary Ocean on the field. He didn't need to get rid of it. That's a risk. It would have been better if Mako just destroyed Armored Bee and kept Legendary Ocean instead of Yumi Rika. In my own opinion, though, but you get a little bit more strength with Yumi Rika. I don't know, I reckon that's a risk because Tornado Wall and not being able to attack the Legendary Fisherman or lose life points, that had worked very good throughout the whole duel for Mako, although Weevil now is almost out of life points as well. So he did pull a Pinch Hopper with the effect of Verdant Sanctuary. I don't think Weevil... He's got 6 cards in hand. I don't know. Oh, there's Insect Neglect. Great card. Weevil can protect himself with that, and he's got a lot of insects in the graveyard. Okay, there's Mermaid Knight. Oh, that would have been able to attack twice if Umi was still on the field, or that Legendary Ocean. Yeah, I don't know about that as a move from Mako. He's thrown down Nightmare Penguin in defense. Now, it doesn't matter what Mako attacks with because Insect Neglect... I think Weevil's probably got maybe like 6 or 7 insects, so it may take a while for Mako to be able to break through. There's Pinch Hopper. Pinch Hopper, you can special summon an insect monster when that's destroyed. Is it from the deck or the hand? I think it might be from the hand, isn't it? No? No, there it is. From the deck. Oh no, deck to the hand. Is that what the effect is? Well, Weevil's pulled Gokubor, so he mustn't have anything else to play. Oh, down goes Cocoon of Evolution. And Insect Neglect activates. And there goes Howling Insect. So Weevil is going to be able to protect himself with the effect of Insect Neglect. Mako also threw his spell. He's used it already on the equip card as well. Alright, Weevil throws down another defense. And there is Rage of the Deep Sea. Mako, though, he doesn't have a lot of... He's only got 1 Aqua. He's only got 1 monster in the graveyard. Alright, he throws down Mermaid Knight. And he's kept Nightmare Penguin down, so... Eventually Weevil will run out of insects in his graveyard to use Insect Neglect with. As we're seeing there, Weevil has got a few defensive shields. So it may take Mako a little bit to actually break through here. Starboy goes in for an attack for the face down defense. And Weevil again, Insect Neglect. Alright, Weevil draws. He's got 5 cards in hand and throws down Monster Reborn. Okay, so he could bring back Ultimate Insect level 7. It wouldn't do much though, because to get that back... Oh, he's gone for Armored Bee. So with Ultimate Insect level 7, you need to special summon it from the effect to get the 700 point drop effect. If you just summon it back with Monster Reborn, that 700 point drop doesn't work. So Armored Bee has cut in half the Legendary Fisherman. And it goes for a tribute. And it's Insect Queen. Which, gets to 2600. So Weevil will be able to reduce some of the field here. As Armored Bee goes after Starboy, that'll drop everything by 500. And Insect Queen now can also go in for an attack. And Mako is going to lose the Legendary Fisherman. There's still a 2000 Mermaid Knight, but... Oh, that's right. Insect Queen needs a tribute to attack. Alright, Insect Queen activates, and it will summon that insect token. It does put them in attack mode. That's not optional as well. There's Return of the Doom. Now, this means that Weevil is vulnerable to an attack, and he would lose the rest of his life points, but he does have Insect Neglect. He has got... Oh, he's got that Nightmare Penguin still face down. He can just send the Insect Queen back to the hand as well. Target 1 card your opponent... Wait, is that 1 card your opponent controls? Oh, it's not monster. Oh, I thought that was just monster. Oh, you can send any card back. You can send back spells... Wait, hang on. So if he sends back Insect Neglect, does that mean that Weevil's life points will get wiped out from that token? Oh, I do believe Mako's player might be seeing the same thing I am. You don't need to send Insect Queen back to Weevil's hand. It just needs to be Insect Neglect that's sent back, and that means that Weevil will not be able to defend himself with that effect. That is... Wow, I didn't realize that about Nightmare Penguin. I didn't know that. I thought that only sent back monsters. 2100, and Weevil is done. Oh, great play by Mako. I will have to find out who Mako's player was. That was a stellar move. Very composed. Mako, wow, that duel went for nearly half an hour and it was only 2 matches. That was a solid match from Weevil and Mako. Great opposing. Both players really brought as much as they could deliver up there. And it was just over 30 minutes. Well, this one is done. We've got Chaz going up against Weevil himself. Again, Duelist Kingdom. So we will see 2 Weevil matches after all. There is also the Gravekeepers taking on Mako. So ironically, we've just had a Battle City with Mako and Weevil, and we're going to see them both again after I went through lengths to try to keep the same duelists not playing on the same day. Oh, well, such is life, I guess. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in, and thanks for leaving all the comments as well, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, take care, farewell.